What's up, folks? Doing a little quick, simple one from my humble room here. I've actually been spending some good quality time with Justin, with Aaron, with Aaron's partner, Pam, and it's been great. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about, the cleaning agents we're using, and also just some more financial brainstorming and logistics planning and such. But look at what I made. So this is like a toilet plunger that I just bought from any store. It's good if you get one that's sturdy. I poke some holes in it, and basically I get a bucket, right? And within the bucket, you put your laundry in it, and you plunge, right? And you use whatever you need to use, baking soda, vinegar. And it's just a nice, practical, quick solution that I use to do basically all my laundry today. The sun is blazing, so it dried really quickly. And just wanted to share that. It's just simple, practical solutions like this can really, do a lot on the community front, on the minimal but high quality community front, right? And so, this brings us into cleaning agents. So, and that's a funny word, right? Cleaning agent. So basically, I'm a huge proponent, and you have to be able to eat your makeup to use it, right? If you can't ingest what you're putting on your face, you should not be putting it on your face, because anything you put on your face will be taken in through the pores, right? Will be extra work for the third kidneys, which is the epidermal layer wrapped around the body. So, when it comes to cleaning agents, I think just be real careful, because it seems like a lot of us are very conditioned and habituated to certain methods of cleaning that are very, I would have to use the word violent, that are very, it's a quick fix, right? And so, I'm even at that point where I'm questioning baking soda and vinegar, right? Because I wouldn't eat baking soda, nor would I eat vinegar. However, I do think, relatively speaking, they're probably the best option I have, other than what I can find, other than using just water. So when I do the laundry, for instance, I do 3 buckets of just water for one laundry batch, right? And then on the fourth or third or fourth batch, when the water gets pretty clear, then I do baking soda, and then I pour that out, and then I do vinegar, and then I hang it up. So being very minimal with what we're using, with the stuff we are using to clean, but also being very mindful of the things in our cleaning agents, right? Because I've had experiences where I go over to other people's houses, and it's just, the floor is wet with chemicals. And, this is so-called good smell, we supposedly think this is what clean smell smells like. But all I'm smelling is chemicals that have some kind of, that are made to unnaturally smell like flour or whatever it is, right? Made to appear nice to the senses, but upon further investigation are very corrosive and damaging to the organism. And you're inhaling that, right? So you're smoking it, literally, you're smoking chemicals essentially. You're walking on it, you're touching things with it, all of these different things. And it's kind of like, within the circle of chemicals, or within the cycle of chemicals, do you want things that can harm you to be used? Outside of very few exceptions in certain cases. I don't think it's sustainable to do laundry with laundry detergent. I just don't think that makes sense, unless we make a biodegradable laundry detergent, right? With preferably ingredients that we can eat, then that makes sense. But using these, dishwashing soaps and laundry detergents, I don't know. I'm not going to force anyone to stop using it, but I would like to bring everyone's attention to the subject, just so that we can give it some more forethought, right? Because I think we just don't think about these things. We don't think about the things we're using day to day, right? And yeah, so I think that's a big topic we can talk about. And yeah, and speaking of cleaning, right? I think the house is as clean as the dirtiest point in the house. In the same sense, the society is as good as the sickest person or the poorest person. But we don't see it like that, right? We always see poor people or elderly people with no one to take care of them, or young children with no one to take care of them, as not our problem, as not our responsibility, you know. And to some extent, yeah, you know, logistically speaking, you can't, you know, for instance, if Star Show was going to start up its first community, you know, it can't have 50 elderly people and just me working, you know, that makes no sense. I think you would have to flip the other ratio. Every, you know, 12, 50 people, whatever the number is, we take in one dependent, quote unquote dependent, right? But the point is, if we have a society, right, if we have a community, again, that has no poison, I think everyone naturally will become more independent. Everyone naturally will become more responsible. Everyone naturally will be using cleaning agents that it's not gonna that's not gonna harm anybody. You know, leftover dish soap on the dishes, whatever it is, right? So it's these kinds of things. As you know, once the community is clean in that sense, when it's eating clean, everything else will clean itself up, right? It's just a matter of dedication, time, respect for the environment, for others, and for oneself, for us to sift through these different things. So, you know, again, I don't think there are any bad people in this world. There are only sick people in this world. Yeah, maybe a few of those really sick people are, you know, really bad and they've gone over the edge, sure. But you know, if there is no sick people, would there be this idea of homelessness? You know, if there was just fruit trees and fruit forests and, you know, people were eating alkaline electric foods, would there be this idea of poverty, again, of sickness, again, of people that are dependent on someone and don't have someone to take care of them, right? Elderly or children. I think eventually, when we are when we our community is considerable and we have enough fruit trees, you know, we have enough people, you know, working in the fields, pooping and permaculturing and all of these things and taking care of the animals and stuff, naturally we'll have environments where homeless people, sick people, elderly people, young people, like children that need guidance can come to us, right? And that we can give them good food, and in giving them good food, they will heal. And in them healing, then was it again, these so-called dependents will become more and more independent. So I think that's what's missing in today's society is, you know, if what do you call it? If someone is, how do you say, discontent with the society, you just put him in jail, right? You just put him in confinement and you deal with his problem later, right? Because his problem is not important. But see, I think when it comes to alkaline electric native food communities that want to be started up by Star Show, we have to look at those, you know, how do you say, dogs that have had bad owners as more valuable to us, because again, we're only as good, the owner is only as good as his worst dog, right? Society is only as good as the sickest person or the poorest person. So again, with factoring this, and you know how today I shared a little bit about you know practical cleaning methods and you know not using such corrosive chemicals and inhaling that constantly and just being more reasonable. In the same sense, I think we should you know keep in our purview that eventually we do want to be helping these people that if they are willing to help themselves, you know, and are in a poor situation, that, you know, we can work something out. So that's kind of what I've been, what's been on my mind is that, you know, these lost souls and these souls where they're, you know, they have nowhere to turn to. And part of the reason for that is if someone takes them in, again, they're just a liability. So again, with this whole outer circle idea, if we could bring in the liability and at the same time let them help themselves, right? Give them the natural foods, give them the natural cleaning methods, give them the natural, all of these things, and don't have any other option but to become healthier. You see what I'm saying? We could uncondition or decondition appropriately and allow people to assimilate back into nature. So really what we're doing here is, with the Nebuchadnezzar or whatever the ship was in Matrix, we're just we're talking about ways to get people out. And getting people out of the psychological dependence, again, is everyday activity, is living right, is living adequately, is living appropriately, whether that be in the aspect of cleaning, aspect of eating, aspect of relations, aspect of whatever it is. So I wanted to share that with you folks. I love you guys. And things are getting exciting. Things are getting heated, on the world scale. Kanye, dropping bombs on Piers Morgan, just like Andrew Tate. I mean, these leaders are really ripping apart the system at the seams, or these so-called celebrities, these people that have a lot of eyes on them, are doing things that the system doesn't want them to do. And I hope it's going to be a monkey see, monkey do kind of equation here. And soon, again, more and more people will realize, hey, the trajectory we're going doesn't make any sense. So the only, plausible, natural thing is to just figure out things that make sense. And that's what I'm here to do. And I think what we're all here to do. So, yeah.